Hey, how's it going everyone? ExxotikGaming here, back with another awesome Pixel Gun 3D video. It has been quite a few days since my last Pixel Gun 3D video was uploaded, and I greatly apologize for that. As many of my subscribers know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And it seems like every single one of my teachers wanted to assign some massive project before I go on break. Therefore, I've literally spent all day, every single day after school, doing my homework. And I've not had any time to record a video, let alone play a simple video game. But today, I finally had the time to record two different videos, including the one you saw right before this one. And this specific video is another colored weapon gameplay. Turquoise weapon gameplay to be exact, where we will basically be doing some gameplay with the weapons of Pixel Gun 3D that are turquoise colored. So with that being said, let's get right into this. Going into the shop menu to look at the weapons we will be using for today's video. We have the Crystal Laser Cannon, the Fast Death, the Night Sword, the Snowball Gun, the Crystal Crossbow, and the Hydra. Now I gotta tell you guys, I don't really use the Hydra all that much, but I want that to change. I don't really use the Hydra for pretty much any of my random weapon gameplays or colored weapon gameplays, and it's actually a really cool weapon. I mean, it's not the most powerful premium weapon in the world, but I'm really more about using the cool looking weapons of Pixel Gun 3D. I don't really care if it's not the most powerful thing in the world. As long as it looks cool, that's really all that matters for me. And I mean, you cannot say this thing does not look like the coolest thing in the world. I mean, it's a three-headed dragon that you can carry yourself. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. You can carry your own dragon, and you can basically, I don't even know, it's just the coolest freaking weapon out there. I mean, it's not the coolest weapon in Pixel Gun 3D, but I like it. It's definitely one of my more favorite weapons in terms of the way it looks, not in terms of the way that it performs, but it is really cool. Now, I would like to do something different for today's random weapon gameplay, considering pretty much all of my random weapon gameplays consist of nonsensical commentary that leave you sitting there after those minutes of commentary go by thinking, what the heck did I just do with those 15 minutes of my life? What the heck did I just watch? That makes zero sense whatsoever. So, I'd like to tell you guys another story for today's video. Now, you guys really seem to enjoy the space weapon gameplay and ricochet weapon gameplay, two videos that I did where I basically told two different stories from two different occasions where this crazy girl named Rachel literally tried to kill me, both on my trips to China and to Vietnam. If you guys want to go see those videos, then I'll have them linked down below in the description, but I didn't think anyone could possibly one-up Rachel. Like, Rachel seemed to be the most psychotic out of anybody on the history of this planet, okay? Aside from a couple of crazy people that you all know of, like Kim Jong-un and a couple of other people like that, but at least for people that you would know in person, she's pretty freaking crazy. So I didn't think anybody could possibly be more crazier than her, until I met this one kid on my Australia-New Zealand trip of 2015 named Daniel. Now, out of pretty much everybody in my trip, aside from Daniel, this kid named Daniel, that was the coolest trip I had been on in terms of the other people that were on the trip. It was awesome. All the people were great. They were all really cool, and I really had a lot of fun, you know, just hanging out with all those people, doing all these awesome things in New Zealand and Australia. Aside from Daniel, Daniel really was the outlier of the trip. He was a lot different, and he was a very, very big problem very early on. Now, at the very beginning, we all just thought this kid had like a little social disorder or something like that because he was very awkward. He didn't speak to anybody really, but after he warmed up to everybody in the group, we found his true colors, to put it in perspective. Now, this kid was obsessed with Nazi Germany. Like, he had this thing for Nazi Germany. He didn't just like Nazi Germany, which in and of itself is pretty bad, but he just loved talking about it, and he loved every aspect of Nazi Germany, right down to the freaking Holocaust, okay? Now, this kid would go around every single day just saying the weirdest things. He'd be like, hey guys, you know Fanta soda, right? You know why it tastes so good? It's because Nazi Germany made it. And I'm like, okay, well, let me tell you this first off. I like Fanta. It's probably one of my most favorite sodas, but I don't like it because Nazi Germany made it, and Nazi Germany, I don't think, made it. I don't think Fanta is a product of Nazi Germany, so you better get your facts together. I mean, I didn't actually say that. I just kind of played along with it, which was probably not the smartest thing in the world. I was just like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Daniel. That's really freaking cool. So I just played along with it, and this kid just kept going on, acting weird, and, you know, pretty much doing non-harmful things. He was just kind of saying weird things, and that was pretty much it. And that was, you know, that's all we thought of him. We just thought he was a really freaking weird kid, and we were just happy after those 17 days to have it done and over with. but a couple of things happened about halfway through the trip that turned him into a harmful person from just a harmless person. Or what could have been, I should say, a harmful person. Because he didn't actually hurt me, but he could have very well done some things to me that could have been a very big problem. So I went through New Zealand, not really having too much of an issue with him. Then we went over to Cairns, Australia, and then we went over to the Great Barrier Reef and a couple of other things. We went out to the Outback and stuff like that, to a little tiny town called Yungaburra. And then we went over to Brisbane. Brisbane, Australia, the capital of Queensland, Australia, one of the coolest cities in Australia, in my personal opinion. Aside from Sydney and maybe Melbourne, it's a really freaking awesome city. I love Brisbane. And I was just, you know, there for the nights. We were just there. We went on the Ferris wheel and stuff like that, you know, having a great time in the city. And then we go to our hostel. A hostel is basically like a cheaper form of a hotel. Since it's pretty expensive in Australia and New Zealand, tourist-wise. You weren't able to go into like the super nice hotels and stuff like that like you could do in China. But we stayed and we made do with what we had in the hostels. They're basically like a cheaper hotel where you actually have to cook your own stuff with just like a little microwave or stuff like that. It's a pretty basic hotel. Now we were only there for one night, and it was me, Daniel, and two other guys that were really cool on my trip in the room. Now I was the last one there. I had to talk to the counselor about something, so I was the last person in the room. Now I want to tell this about Daniel at the very beginning here. Daniel was a very smelly individual. Just to say it bluntly, Daniel didn't like taking showers, and the entire length of the trip, he took one shower. And like I said, it is a 17-day trip, and if you go 17 days without showering, that is a problem. And it's not because he couldn't take a shower, he just didn't want to. Every single place we stayed, he could have taken a shower. He just didn't want to do it. And I mean, that was pretty bad. Now, he only brought 2 pairs of clothing. That was it. I don't know if it's just because he just didn't own clothing. I mean, he paid money to go on this trip, so he definitely had clothing. He just brought 2 pairs of clothing. That's it. 2 shirts, 2 shorts, and I hope to God he bought a little bit more than just 1 pair of underwear on this trip. Because if that's not the case, well, that's a pretty big problem. So he smelled really freaking bad, and we couldn't do anything about it. So when we got to our room, the other 2 guys had already taken the other bunk bed. It was 2 bunk beds. They already took the top and bottom. And then Daniel took the other top bunk. And then there was only the 1 bottom bunk left that was right underneath Daniel. So I was like, alright, I can make do with this. This is just one night. And this was before all the crazy things happened. He just said weird things. I thought he would just say a couple of weird things and then go to sleep. So that's pretty much what he did. He said a couple of weird things, went to sleep, and then for some reason at like 1 a.m. I decided to wake up because I really needed to go to the bathroom. Okay, I had a lot of coffee the night before. Don't judge me. I had to go to the bathroom at night, okay? I mean, everybody does. Everybody has to go to the bathroom at night. So I woke up at 1 a.m. And if you've ever been in a bunk bed before, you're in the bottom bunk, you look to the edge of your bed, and then you look to the top. You can see the edge of the bunk above you. Now, it was dark. It was still in the middle of the night. Everybody was sleeping. I woke up, my eyes opened, and I look to the edge of the top bunk. And I see Daniel peering over the edge, just smiling at me. He was so creepily smiling at me that I almost hyperventilated. Sorry, app crashed again. But, anyways, like I said, I look to the edge of the bed, and Daniel is peering over the edge of the bed, staring at me with this creepy looking smile. Now, like I said, I freaked out, but I had to play it cool because I did not know the true power of this kid. I don't know if this kid was like a psychopath and he would like kill me right then and there, so I played it cool. I was like, oh, hey, Daniel, you having some problems sleeping? And he's just like, yeah, I sometimes can't sleep all that well at night, especially when I'm all the way over across on the other side of the world. So I'm like, all right, that's fair enough. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I walk out the room, make sure he's not following me, go to the bathroom, go to sleep. We're good, okay? Wake up the next day, and we go to this really cool place called Tangalooma Island Resort, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's not called Tangalooma Island Resort. It's called like Tangalooma Resort on a place called Moreton Island. It's a really cool place, and if you ever happen to pass by Brisbane, Australia, definitely go there. It's a really cool place. It's basically an island. It's one of the world's largest sand islands, and you can do a lot of really cool things. It's basically like your little tropical paradise, although I went there in winter, so it was really cold water. It was like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so it was pretty freaking cold. So whatever, it is what it is. We went there, and we were just gonna be there for like 1 or 2 days, and that night, when we were at Tangalooma Island Resorts, we ended up hearing a couple of odd things being said by Daniel. This was probably the worst of his little Nazi thingies. He was saying the craziest of the Nazi things. I mean, he was just saying non-stop, talking about how amazing the Nazis were and how much he loved the Nazis, and then we're all kind of sitting there like, okay, this kid has gone off the deep end. He's absolutely insane, but whatever. I mean, we were not going to really take it all too seriously because he was just saying things. He wasn't really doing anything. And then the next day rolled around. Okay, we had that entire day where we were just sitting there with the group. We did not do anything. We did not have our own private little, or not our own little days where we could just hang out by ourselves with other kids and then do whatever the heck we wanted. We were all on a guided tour the entire day, and then we immediately went to our hotel and slept. So there was no possible way anybody could have ever left the group, and I even made sure of that because I saw Daniel was with us the entire time. The next morning, we woke up, immediately had breakfast. Daniel was with us the entire time. And then we went on a bus out to the sand dunes of the island. Now, this is actually a really cool island because there are these sand dunes in the very middle of it that are all very tall. They're like 100 feet tall. And you can take these little wooden boards and do something called sand tobogganing over, like, down those dunes. And it's really freaking awesome. So, the thing was, we drove through a gated area, and this is like a private little area where you cannot go here unless you're with the tour group, okay? And I made sure Daniel had no possible way he was sitting there, and he went there secretly without us knowing because he was with us the entire time. Now, we were sitting there driving, and then we finally get to the area of the island where there's the little sand dunes and stuff like that, and I noticed something's drawn in the sand. And I'm like, all right, that's a little odd. I didn't notice anything was drawn in the sand before, and I look, and it's this giant, like 8-foot in diameter Nazi swastika drawn in the sand. I look over at Daniel, and Daniel is just smiling at me from the other side of the bus. I completely lost it in my mind. I didn't actually lose it in person. I was just sitting there staring like, oh my god, this kid is a living conspiracy. This kid is absolutely insane. And I don't really know what the heck happened after that, okay? This kid just, he continued acting weird. He had this little Nazi swastika drawn in the sand. When he arrived, I don't know if he had some supernatural powers or stuff like that, where he was like a living Nazi that had lived during World War II and then somehow managed to find some cure to living a long, long time and then somehow managed to become a child again, and I have no idea. This kid was just all kinds of weird, and I was very, very scared after seeing that because I was the only person that noticed it at the very beginning, okay? Nobody else noticed it, and I had to tell them all after we went back to the hotel that day that that had happened, and they were like, oh my god, this kid is a psychopath. So yeah, Daniel, guys, always be on the lookout for Daniel. If you're sitting there sleeping at night and you have a bunk bed and you look and you see the top bunk bed and you see some child peering over the edge at you, it's probably Daniel. Probably Daniel, some superstitious spirit type thing, and I have no idea, but I was very scared. So yeah, Daniel, guys, always watch out for him. And in all honesty, that's pretty much it for my story on Daniel. I don't know if he ones up Rachel. Rachel was pretty psychotic in and of itself. You can watch those two videos, Space Weapon Gameplay and Ricochet Weapon Gameplay, if you want to really see which person is crazier. But if you really want to see more stories on my channel, make sure to let me know down below in the comments and make sure to leave a like. If you guys really want more stories, I can easily do that. I have like 1 or 2 stories from my trip to Peru that I recently went on back a couple of months ago. And then I probably have at least 1 or 2 other stories from China. Pretty sure I might have 1 or 2 more stories from China. I don't really know. I can probably think up some stories if I just go back through my pictures and remember some stuff about these other people. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else I need to say about this crazy little event. Daniel was just an absolute psychopath. But yeah, I do want to say this. I will not be able to upload this next weekend and Monday. Unfortunately, I have another powerlifting competition. I mean, it's not unfortunately because I get to go to another powerlifting competition. It's really cool. I'm going all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. So very early in the morning I'm leaving, and I'll be dead tired. The worst thing is I have my competition on Sunday. I weigh in Saturday. I have my competition on Sunday, and immediately after my competition on Sunday, I go to the airport, and then I have a red-eye flight back, and then I get to school at 3rd period, okay? I go directly to school that Monday morning. It sucks. It really freaking sucks, so I'll be dead tired because I'm the type of person that cannot sleep on a plane for the life of me. I try so hard. I just can't sleep on a plane. I don't know what the heck happens, but I just can't sleep on a plane, so whatever. I'm gonna be dead tired. If I can post a video on Monday, be warned that it'll be very, very tiring, and I do plan on doing something for 200,000. Now, I want to say thank you guys. I'm not going to do some whole big thank you video now, because that's going to be actually for the true 200,000 thank you video, but I just want to say thank you guys for 200,000 subscribers. I know I hit 200,000 subscribers like, what, 5 days ago or something like that, and it's freaking awesome. I can't believe I actually hit that number. It's a huge number, 200,000, when you think about it. That's literally more than that's like 5 times the amount of people that live in the city that I live in right now. So that's absolutely crazy. That's mind-boggling, absolutely insane. But anyways, yeah, guys, I will be doing, or I'll try to do a live stream for 200,000. I still don't know if that's a 100% guarantee, but I'm going to try to do a live stream for 200,000. I don't know how to live stream. I have never live streamed before, so it should be interesting. But what I do plan on doing is, if you happen to like miss the live stream, say I'm doing my live stream like, I don't know, Thanksgiving Day, and it's in the middle of the day, and it would be best for like people who live in the US and the UK. Maybe if it was like nighttime in the UK, like 7-8 p.m. UK time, and it was more like 1 p.m. people living in the US or something like that. I don't really know. Say it was like for those people, and then say you're like, you know, you live in Vietnam or something like that, and it would be like in the middle of the night and you can't really watch it. What I'm planning on doing is actually posting it after I finish the live stream. So if you do miss the live stream, do not worry. I'm probably going to post it all to my channel, and it'll also be able to give you like a really long video, just as like a cool little video that you can watch. Say you always are sitting there and you're just like, wait, 15 minutes already went by for an exotic gaming video? I want more! Well, I'm gonna probably end up having like this ridiculously long, like 2-hour long video for you guys in the near future. So yeah, or maybe I might have to charge my phone up. I don't think my phone will last 2 hours with battery life, but I mean, I'll try. So, well, I have to have it fully charged before I start recording. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't really have much else I need to say. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to smack that like button. Also, make sure to leave a like for more stories. I can do some more stories on my channel. I already said that before, but I'm just reiterating what I said in the past. And make sure to comment down below any other colored weapon gameplays you'd like for me to do in the near future. I pretty much don't have any other ideas for colored weapon gameplays. I have done, like, what have I done? Red, blue, yellow, orange, green, camo, gold, gray, black, white, purple, pink. I don't think there's any other. I did neon. I mean, I don't really have many other ideas for colored weapon gameplays. So if you do have any other ideas, make sure to let me know down below in the comments, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all right after I get this last kill in the next episode. Or if my phone dies, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me get one last kill. Let's do it! Crystal Laser Cannon. Nice, easy last kill. This should be a nice, easy last kill, unless the match finishes beforehand. Can I get the last kill? No, okay. Well, he got me with the okay, well, yeah. My phone died, or it crashed. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.